the self-awareness, the meditation, the tafakkur. If someone is not of that, they don't understand what came, what passed and why. Maybe they think it's bad planning or not right timing, incorrect investment, every type of external understanding possible, because that's particle people. And people whom are enrolled in particle crushing. Why? So that Allah teaches us nothing is in our hands. You can be the most genius, and when it comes time to particle crushing, nothing happens. And you can be the most ungenius, and when Allah wants to expand, everything opens. Because even finding the door to the tariqah was not ours, was not our cleverness, but was Allah's guidance. Means this is a continuous self-awareness, don't stop the self-awareness. When Prophet described that, "Don't leave me for a blink of an eye," within that blink you can realize how much credit you gave yourself. He brought you or you brought you. If He brought you, He'll feed you, He'll give you, but He wants from you. If you brought you, already the blink lost you, because you blinked. That must be immense for Prophet asked, "Ya Rabbi, not even a blink." Means not even the speed of a khatir. Don't let shaitan come into my mind with a thought that actually begins to take me away from faith. And it's a constant vigilance that, why is this happening? Why would that happen? How did it happen? So what they say in tariqah, don't ask how and why to Allah. I think Sayidina Yusuf has a song but he used the wrong words, because the question is never ask Allah, how are you going to do this for me and why did this happen? Those are two questions you don't ever ask Allah. Why is not for us, because Allah doesn't answer to us, astaghfirullah, we are the servants of Allah. And how are you going to provide this for me is demeaning and takes away from the honour of Allah. And the tariqah is the particle crushing school. If it's done correctly, that's what they should be, otherwise God forbid a group of just particles. We've seen that in our travelling where you enter the room, the shaykh is smoking and 20 people in the circle also smoking. Chalabis, they do the whirling. And so what kind of group is this? This, anyone from the realm of haqqaiq realize what the heck is this kind of thing. So there are people that appear to think they're enrolled in a wave course, in a course based on lights and realities, but the behaviours are very particle, very material and dunya oriented. But alhamdulillah for those whom following and understanding all the 2,800 videos on YouTube, is very clear curriculum that this shaykh, he talks about energy, he teaches about energy. His ijazah is on tafakkur and contemplation, which means his ijazah is on the wave reality. That's why many people are against it. Oh, the outside people, they say this and that, because they're not understanding a wave reality. So in this course of being crushed, Allah is that every subtle grace is coming to us. And the people of tafakkur continuously in a state of muraqabah and contemplation. So everything the shaykh is giving out is going to be based on that reality. So then the one whom is vigilant to know themselves means that they strong in their tafakkur. They don't put it aside thinking, now I'm busy for my dunya stuff. Your dunya don't come to you, does not arrive to you without this process. This is what Allah want to show the student of a wave reality. Remember, this was when Sayyidina Khidr and Sayyidina Musa, the first test was what? The boat. It wasn't the last test, it was the first test. So bring the boat down so we can get the students' attention. Sayyidina Khidr brought the boat down, didn't destroy it so they would never have a provision, but put a hole in the boat so shaitan does not hijack the provision of that servant and use it for his own desires. So that why? The servant would understand that which comes in is not yours. That which comes to you in your life is not yours. It is Allah's entrusting into this reality. If you want to be the students of a wave, means that you don't care for the dunya. You may be given all of the dunya under your command, because the dunya version was Sayidina Yusuf the 12th. Because we said in the dunya and the khawas versions of Qur'an, the 12th surah for dunya is Sayyidina Yusuf, and for the khawas the 12th hijab is Surat al-Kawthar, because it's now from the nines, powers of nines. So Sayyidina Yusuf character to reach to the holy Kawthar, and teaching that what Sayyidina Yusuf after all his testing, crushing, being thrown into the well, being taken out as asir, as a servant, as a slave, and being brought into Malik al-Aziz, and in the end thrown into jail for his khalwa. And as he came out of his khalwa, Allah gave the king of Misr and they give the keys of all of Misr, the kingdom of the earth, the strongest kingdom on earth. He was given the keys of all financial responsibilities of Egypt and all spiritual responsibilities, that his father made sujood and kissed his feet. This is Sayyidina Yaqub is a prophet of Allah. So when people say there's no respect, you don't respect, this is shirk, those are shaitans, you throw them out of the way. You see what the shaitans are doing now. Qur'an is all about ihtiram. Even the magicians of Sayyidina Musa who were rewarded for asking, Ya Musa, you go first or we go first, what do you want? Giving it ihtiram. Sayyidina Yaqub bows down and kisses the feet of his son Sayyidina Yusuf for what he achieved. And we described before, said, the sun and the moon are under my command. So, oh, don't tell your brother at the beginning of the qissa. Why? Because literally the sun and the moon are under the command, and physically it was given entire keys of all financial wealth. So it's not that wealth doesn't come to awliya, it's under their command. So the shaykhs are very wealthy, otherwise how can the poor help anybody? So these are different haqqaiqs and realities. Because one time people came and said, oh, I thought you would all be like poor and have a guitar, because I see all your people are big belly people. I said, I don't know what Sufi books you read thinking we will all be sitting there with the rags on us and have a guitar singing and chantings. So this tariqah is not like that, that's the tariqah of the books. But the tariqah of haqqaiq, no. They have the mulk of dunya under their feet to use in the way of Sayyidina Muhammad. and they're custodians of the kingdom of Allah upon this earth, to fight the kingdom of shaitan and to counter the actions of shaitan upon this earth until Sahib Zaman Sayyidina Muhammad al-Mahdi salam appears in his zuhur to re-establish the kingdom of Allah and put shaitan under his feet. So these are a nearby truth that's coming quicker than people can even imagine. But in this school of tarbiyah and realities, everything is based on the tafakkur and contemplation so that you don't miss the blink. Did I blink? The one who not meditating maybe not catching the blinks. That's why it's important in our life that when we sit and we make our tafakkur, our contemplation and think about how to make our energy and understand that through my connection everything is opening. When I don't have time, I don't have time for everything else, but I always have time to make my connection. Because without that connection nothing else is going to open, nor will it stay open or can it be opened. Because if we're enrolled in the reality of a wave, Allah is going to crush the particle. And through our lives this is how we were trained and this is how the ijazah for training has come out, is to teach them to connect. When they connect they have a strong understanding of tawakkul to Allah. They have a strong connection understanding that what they say, what they do and every action will affect their condition. Allah doesn't change a condition until people change what's within themselves. Condition can be money, can be health, can be character, it could be maqams and stations. Because everybody wants some condition, but are they changing what's within themselves? Everyone wants a relief of a condition but they don't want to change themselves. So then tafakkur, they contemplate, Ya Rabbi give me an understanding. That is my character okay? What is causing a difficulty? My character, my sincerity, my purity, my connection with the shaykh, not diluted with this and that or another shaykh or another place. That if Mawlana Shah Naqshband adhered so much to the sunnah of Prophet because there's a whole different level of their tawakkul to the love of Prophet. He stepped with the wrong foot into the wush facility and was constipated for 15 days, which is a deadly difficulty. It's not something that people say, oh, no, it was severe danger. And he realized that just from walking incorrectly with the sunnah of Prophet, this is their calibre, it's not something that we're going to be capable. We can't even keep the connection with the shaykhs. But what they adhere to of the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad, because again that's their understanding, their complete connection to Prophet, not to break the way of Sayyidina Muhammad, not to be tariq al-adab and break the adabs of the way of Sayyidina Muhammad. That's why then the shaykhs of this reality are teaching that everything is in a contemplation and everything is about my self-observance. That I think this was from me and did I think I became clever, or is this about I'm nothing, I make my connection, I make my awrad, I make my zikrs, I make everything so that I understand that whatever opens for me in life is from them, not from me, not my cleverness, not my anything. We've said you before, there's 1,000 shaykhs lined up to take my position. So 1,000 people ready, now what about your position? 10,000 people. Means Allah has people lined up everywhere, Allah's creation is everywhere. You think you recite special that nobody else can do it? No, tomorrow He make your voice go and the next one voice better. It's a khidmat and a service, Ya Rabbi, whatever you graced me with of intellect, knowledge, rizq, sustenance, what is it you gave to me is not mine. Whatever you gave to me is a gift from your presence, and I put that gift at the feet of Sayyidina Muhammad, and I ask to be of service to the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad with my time, with whatever Allah gives to us, with our ability, our aql, our intellect, our skills. And that's what the shaykh's asking from people, that if you have an ability, bring it to the feet of Prophet. Live a life like they lived, was a life of service. Goes back to the beginning of what we started, this is the honour and the dress of our existence. This sunnah is an honour to be given to us. The Prophet is granting us this honour that I will allow you to carry my sunnah, to carry my way. And the skill and the ability that you have, whatever comes to you, means our whole life was that this is at the feet of Prophet. What I'm in need of it I take, the rest for the nation. And whatever we're supposed to be doing for the benefit of Prophet in these last days for the arrival of Sayyidina Mahdi. Look at how the others are doing. They have more belief in what's coming for them, even if it's satanic they're believing. And our belief that coming from the kingdom of Allah, a great soul that brings honour and divine love and respect and humanity upon the earth. What could be a greater cause for being alive in these days than to see and witness the holy face of Imam Mahdi with good character, good actions, with everything that's been taught and continuously reconfirmed here. So it means our whole life is a process of tafakkur. Everything sitting that, am I acting okay? Is my character okay? Is my mannerisms okay? And that, Ya Rabbi, everything coming from you. And a reminder for myself that Allah brought us this far, Allah take us to the end. That everything is in Allah's hands, hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-'aliyyil azim. That Allah